right, we're live, and I don't normally do a live stream on Instagram. This is bad, man. I gotta have a good connection because, like, part of it was I was planning on having this whole stream to post other places, right? And I thought it would be good if we had the occasional comment or whatever, just to break up the monotony of carving. So we'll see what happens. See, my my favorite aunt Cammie, just joined from North Carolina. So good to see you over here. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to carve out this great big skull, and I'm going to do it in real time, right? Rather than post it later sped up. And, you know, this is a big piece, and I hope I've chosen the right format to do that, right? I could have just, maybe I could have done this. I don't do a lot on YouTube. I'm trying to be better about that. But I feel like I know that typically you can save your whole stream and post it on Instagram. And whatever. Worst comes to worst, we do it all. We get none of the video, and we still have the woodcut, right? So it's a can't lose situation. Anyway, so as you may know, I've been doing a lot of these woodcuts on wooden panels with some spray paint and then printing over top of it. And I like that, and I'm going to be doing more of those in that size. But I really wanted to do one that's just a little bit bigger, right? And here we go. So in a moment, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to turn it around and just start carving. But you know, I'm wondering. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just turn the camera over here and just start carving and go to town. I guess a good question is, where in the world did I put my chisels? I'm always moving stuff around in here, right? I mean, it's like you should see this tower of prints and everything. This big stack. If I make one wrong move over here, all of this stuff is going to come tumbling down. And then over here, the same thing. And I mean, I was carving last night, so where'd I put? I mean, I know I have a bunch right here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The ones I'm going to use are right over here. So I'm going to turn the camera on here and maybe get a little Guided by Voices playing on the record player and just go. So yeah, I just thought it would be more fun to do this, to show the carving in real time rather than sped up. And I do know that I don't want to push it up against here because that's a window. So I'm going to be pushing it up against this little part right here when I need to. And this is, I think, 32 inches tall, 24 inches wide. So I'm really ready. I mean, like, I'm expecting to do this in about an hour's time to get it done. Because, well, for one, I probably only have about an hour's worth of coffee and soda over here. And if we get real desperate, I even have a little bit of water. But I think we can get it done in about an hour, right? There's not, like, all the drawings are already done, right? So I'm just going to turn the music on and start carving. I don't know what, sometimes these live streams get weird with playing music, but and I've just been listening to this one Robert Pollard album on one side over and over. I don't even flip it. Anyway, so, you know, I can reference this smaller one that I've done. Look at how much bigger this is going to be. Isn't that great? Anyway, so there are a lot of little cuts that come out of that black form that I normally do. But I don't even know, man. I think I'm just going to try to get a little bit tougher with it. Use some bigger tools. Including this guy, which I really love, right? But I probably will still make some cuts around here first. Let's see how quickly this goes. Of course, the problem is if I'm going to talk, which I am known to do, if I'm going to talk and the music's playing, you won't be able to hear anything that I'm saying. So I guess I'll just add music later, whatever. Or maybe I'll do a voiceover later and just play the music. It could go either way. Anyway, let's get in here and start carving. And, I mean, you know, I just traced this guy. I just blew it up and traced it. I wanted to have pretty much the same skull because I like this particular one. I've made a lot of them that I don't like, and I didn't want to take any chances, so we're going with this. Let's just get in here and start cutting, and you'll see how quickly it goes. Especially when I come in here with this guy. And some other ones. Man, it is so hot in here, and that's kind of unfortunate. But I don't want the air on because then you won't be able to hear me talking either. Use this guy. So, oh my goodness, there's nothing more fun than cutting a big old skull woodcut, I guess. Well, if there is something more fun, I don't know what it is, but I just love carving into the wood. That's my very favorite part of what I do. And yeah, you know. So, I mean, even so, I may still end up playing this fast forwarding it as well. But this is a nice one. I like this guy. He's kind of shallow and wide. He's not obviously as big as this one, but this one's, I'm thinking, is a little bit sharper. So that helps. That's usually how I decide what tool to use, is whichever one is closest and sharpest. That guy's doing pretty good, it looks like, so we can really just start going to town. Where's this? I'm using this guy too. Here's another nice one. I like these, I like the power grips. I use them a lot, but then I like these wider handled power grips for some of the gouges they make, some of the bigger sizes. And you see why I think I could probably get this done in about an hour, right? Because it's going pretty quick. And one thing that's kind of nice is that I will be able to print this one on my press here at home, right? I have other presses at the big studio, but I'm not there. I'm at home. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'll be able to print it, which I'm excited about. Let's see. I've got something else I'm going to show you in a second. Something that I finished. I woke up like at 4:30 this morning, and I was thinking how like I'm just not working hard enough, you know? Like I'm in here, but I'm not getting enough stuff done, you know? And I'm just getting a little too well rested. So I was like, I'm getting up, I'm working. And so I was working till about 4:30, from 4:30 till about 6:30 this morning, finishing this thing up. I'm going to show you real quick. I should probably tighten up the, well, hang on. Where is it? Oh, you can see it right there. So this big robot that I just finished this morning, and I'm trying to decide whether to cut it out to shape and maybe just paint it and ink it up and let it be done as a painted wood carving. But I kind of had the feeling like I would prefer to make this a multicolor print, right? So that's one of the things that I need to be doing more of, are big multicolored prints. I've got some narrative stuff I'm trying to wrap up too. But like I think this guy would be a pretty badass multicolor robot, you know? And this is actually 60 inches long, and that's as long as I can print on my press at the studio. So it's a little tight when you get to the very end, you know? And then you have to either back it out and print that last 4 inches, last 8 inches or whatever, go the other way. And that's hard when you're trying to keep something tight and clean and registered, you know, to do that with 4 blocks. So I am going to Houston next month. I may just wait until I go there to Burning Bones and print a few of these on their press. But I also think I'm going to just be a little bit more, I guess, transparent in my desire to visit more printmaking departments and to print some big stuff, right? Because like there's a part of it where it's a pain in the ass and I don't like doing it. But then it's always fun to be around the students, and it's fun to do something. But I really just also want to get on some big presses and make some big stuff, right? And really, any print department that's got a press that would let you do 4x8, you know, or round that dimension, 4x6, 7, whatever. That's bigger than I can do at home. And I really would like to just make some stuff. And so I think I'm going to be on the road a lot this year. That's based on the presumption that there will be schools that want me to come out and work with them and all that, you know, which typically is true. So, but we'll see. We'll see it. I plan on being out in California a lot this year too. Maybe I should talk to Roxanne over there at Long Beach. I haven't been out there in a while. Anyway, we'll get it figured out. That's the fun thing about working is thinking about other stuff, because the actual skull doesn't require a lot of thinking. All right, here we are. Let's get back to it. And something weird going on with the tripod. Okay, so like I said, I'm hoping to get this guy done in about an hour. So... And it's so hot in here. Like I keep saying, I can't have the air conditioner on because it just makes too much noise when I'm working. Little window unit for up here. So it's just one of the many sacrifices I make to be available for these kind of things, right? That part's coming out nice and quick right now. This one, not this. Where's the one I wanted? I don't know. I've got some other ones I wanted to use and I can't find them. Here's one of them. That's exactly what I was looking for. I mean, sometimes... All right, Argentina. Saludos desde Salta, Argentina. I need to get a really thought by now, this last couple of years, I really thought that I would get down into Argentina. I also thought I would be over in Hawaii, totally unrelated, but haven't been able to get that one going either. It's just, it's nice to be home and work, but then it's also nice to travel. And in order to do that, I pretty much have to work. So, whatever. Watching from Huck's booth. That's awesome. Say hey to everybody out there. Tell Tom to watch out for snakes. I thought I was going to be coming out that way earlier this summer. You guys are working in a gas station. That's really cool. Is that a part of the spider hall? Because I'd never noticed that it was that there was a gas station there and anything else he posted. So is that like on the property, or is that like just somewhere in town, or what? I was just curious about that. Raindrop, best artist. I'm not talking crap. Serious and crazy. How do you keep cutting the same stuff and get satisfaction? I drive myself nuts trying to do a different idea each carving. Well, that's, there's a couple things to that, Raindrop. And, you know, one thing is, there's times when I just want to get something done, right? It's also an old Gulf station note, just a friendly neighbor letting us, oh, that's really cool, because it is, I was even more jealous when I thought that he had that gas station at the Spider Hall, right? So I didn't know, but that's cool. Anyway, they're just across the street. That's super. But there's times when I just want to get something done, you know? And so to do a t-shirt graphic or to do a larger version of something that I've done in the past, like this skull, it means I don't have to spend time drawing and I don't have to think, and I just can attack the wood. And it just gives me an opportunity to do some different things than I would do with the piece that already exists, right? So like if you're talking about this skull, which is essentially the same one I'm working on, only this one's bigger. But, you know, there's times when I'm just doing something kind of graphic like this, and then there's times when I'm doing stuff more narrative, and that's when I'm pursuing more of a variety of ideas and imagery. But the other thing is, honestly, you know, having done this stuff for 35 years, I've covered a hell of a lot of the ideas and images and things that were most important to me already. And so, you know, sometimes, so it's, in a way you could say I'm out of ideas. And I would agree with you. But then there's times when I really almost don't care what I'm carving. I just am loving the actual battle with the wood. And so that experience is different every time, even if the image is repetitive. And then also, and I touched on this earlier, the idea that if I'm going to carve out a skull this big, I want to make sure that I like it, right? Because you can see right here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 skulls, and I don't like any of them, right? Like I thought they were all pretty cruddy. So even though, you know, there might be something about them, you know, somebody might like them to one degree or another, I'm not crazy about them. And they're definitely not up to par with, in my head, with what this one is. So rather than risk doing something brand new and not liking it, I'm going with something that I already know that I like, and then I expect that the surprises that come along the way will be enough variety to hold my interest. So I don't know if we're going to get this done in 1 hour even, but I think we'll be pretty close. Oh, man. And I might really think that this is my all-time favorite tool that I'm using right now, especially when I'm working big. Because it's, I really like the mark that it makes, and I like the depth of the tool in relation to its width. Certainly compared to this. But here we go. It's nice to have those smaller handle tools sometimes. Okay. There's some parts that I'm not like right here. I don't think I really like. So maybe I'll come in with this guy and just kind of open that up a little bit. Okay. I don't know. It's kind of stupid looking here. Like when you think about like what you're... See, that's one of the problems with thinking, right? That's one of the problems with looking at what you're doing. Is we're not trying to make an anatomically correct skull. But we don't want to make something that's just so corny, right? And like these folds, this texture in the chin is getting really goofy, right? And when I compare that to in here, where you don't have it anywhere near as much, right? So I'm not sure if I, you know, maybe if I kind of thin it out a little bit. And reduce it. I like that maybe a little bit more. Okay, well, that feels better already. It's not a world different, but okay. Yeah, I'm starting to like that a little bit better. Okay. I'm not really crazy about how hard this is, like this kind of abrupt. So I guess I'm going to come in here and do some of this. Like that better. Greetings, Oraculo, from Brazil. Very good, very good. So yeah, I sweating down here in Mississippi, but think I would much prefer to be in Brazil right now. I'm from Rio, Rio de Janeiro. Yeah, well, I bet that's a really exciting place to be. I've never been. I'm hoping I can get down in that part of the world sometime this year, but 2025 is already halfway over. So am I going to make it in 25? I don't know. Am I going to have to wait till 26? But I need to start making the effort. Stuff like that usually happens when you get the ball rolling. I don't think anybody from Brazil is going to just call me up out of the blue and have me come down there and make prints with them. But I would imagine if I reach out to the right people, somebody would be down for it. So I just got to find a place that wants me. So we're making some good progress. I mean, I guess I can't back the camera up too much because my charger is still attached because the battery's not all that charged yet. Okay. Well, I know when I do the teeth, that's going to be pretty much last. When I do the eyes, that's going to be pretty much last. Let's rotate this around. Get in here and do some of this cutting right now. So now, though, we get back to that same question about repeating your imagery, right? And it's kind of funny because even though there's going to be a hell of a lot of different carving in here than is in this smaller one, at the same time, some of the ways that I solved the problem of doing this, I'm using those same approaches. And so when they made sense the first time, they also still make sense to me this time. But I do think that I like carving more of the wood away and not having quite so much of just the cutting showing up, right? So like I've removed more wood this time, so I think I will like what I'm gonna do with this when I'm done better than on that smaller one. But I won't know until I'm done, until I print some, which should be today. But how's this tool doing? I forget if this one's any good. Not ideal. Where's the one I was happy with? Oh shit, what did I just step on? Stepped on something. There's like wood chips all over the floor, so every once in a while you step on the sharp edge of a wood chip, I guess. Oh, come on. Where's the guy? Here we are. This is the one I was really looking for. All right. you know, working for a new print. Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to print this up today when I'm done carving it up. I'm thinking that this is going to be that I'm going to do two main things. One is I'm going to print more of them on panels like this skull, spray painted panels. But then also I think I'm going to print more of these on paper. And I think I've been in Los Angeles a lot more recently than in prior years. And I just want to do more wheat pasting and stuff. I kind of don't like being in the world of seeing all these images plastered everywhere and not participating in the conversation, you know? So I just want to start having more stuff with me that I can just slap up on the wall real quick. And so that's a part of what I'm going to be doing with these guys. But I'm excited just to think that I'll be done with it today, and then I'll be able to start printing it and seeing where it takes me with whatever ideas. I do love your processing. Oh, thank you, both of y'all, Oraculo and Juan Lu. So I keep gravitating to this kind of like serrated cut on the inside of a form, like I have here, and not just these kind of smooth straight lines. I didn't think that I liked it that much that I would do it so frequently. But I guess I do. Man, I love getting to use this guy, though. Oh, okay. Little bit out of reach that way. Come on. But what I don't like is cutting towards the line that I'm trying to preserve. So let's try this. Oh man. Let's maybe this way. I cut like this for a little bit. kind of panel. So this is, oh, from Indonesia. Very good. Oh, hello from Mississippi. So this is Baltic birch that I'm carving into, which is pretty much my favorite wood. I like Sheena just a little bit more, but I can't afford to make big pieces in Sheena because it's just so expensive. So I'm excited to see this printed because, like, you know, it's just going to be a little bit more brutal than these smaller ones. You know, and I actually did another skull similar to this that was 4 foot wide by 5 feet tall. That's a little too big to print very often. So this is something that I can print as often as I want. You know, as many times a day as I want. And so I'm excited to have this big one, but that's not giant. Or to have this giant that's not colossal. I don't know how you would describe it. It's very easy to carve, especially when my tools are sharp. It's real easy. You know, but I really like being able to jump in here and just start slashing away and not having to be super careful. Oh my goodness, it's hot in here. Feels like it's going to take a little bit more than an hour because I feel like we've been at it pretty close to an hour, maybe about 45 minutes. And I know that I'm not only 15 minutes away from being done. I love all those marks on the wood. That's a great job. Thank you so much. we're coming along. Okay, it's sliding around. I gotta find a place. How's that? Okay. Bones Brigade. Hey man, how you doing? Green Moon. I adore the skulls. Oh, thanks, man. Good to see you over here. Too warm in Leeds. Oh my goodness, I'm burning up here. You know, I was just out in Phoenix and New Mexico and Utah and wherever, and it was like, I mean, in Fahrenheit, but it was 110 degrees when we were driving around in New Mexico, but it's hot and dry. And then here, it's only like 95. I don't know what that is in Celsius, but it's only like 95 degrees, but it's just so much more humid. And in here, I'm just dying, right? Yeah, it's crazy. And I just didn't, you know, like right now, I don't have my little AC on because it makes too much noise when I'm talking. So it's hot. But yeah, everything's going good over here. Just trying to figure out my next trip. You know, I think we're gonna go to Italy in October. So I'm getting ready to start reaching out to people and seeing what I can do. But just glad to be home working for a little bit. We were gone for 17 days out west. I didn't get anything done during that time. I mean, I did teach a workshop, but it was all family stuff, mostly. There's my... All right. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting this done in an hour. Yeah, we all need to gas off at some point. Yeah, it was nice to not be working, you know, but I definitely was eager to get back and get started working again. But it was very nice to not do that. Okay, so I know I can come in here and do this part pretty quick. I say I know it, but I think I can. This little guy is not very useful. It's too flat. I don't think I like it. Because it kind of carves stuff just too clean across the top. Yeah, it would be. It's nice. I mean, I don't want to remove this without carving deep. I didn't really want to do that, but it does do a really good job of just kind of shearing off those unevenness, right? But it's a little too flat for me. This is not a bad one sometimes. Let's see what I can do with it. Sharpened for sure. Oh, and I forgot about this one because I haven't used this all day, and I really like this one sometimes because it's so wide, relatively deep, but it's just that stubby blade, so it's kind of nice. But I'm mostly running out of space to use the bigger blades like that. All right. It's moving along. Oh no, you left the bath running. Oh, that's a nightmare. That's horrible. I hope you didn't leave it on too long. That's bad. Okay, so on this edge, I definitely have to come in here and do a little bit here, right? Okay, I like that better. Got to do it here too. I don't know why I feel like I need to be consistent, because I'm pretty inconsistent with like the actual marks, but I feel like I want the surface to be the same, right? So sometimes it bothers me when I'm not. Cutting up my, now most of that's just red marker, but you can see I'm also tearing up my knuckle right here, running it across this wood. How long have you been carving? It's right at an hour, right? I think I came on right at 12:20. So we've just been doing it for an hour. Oh, and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You should feel the blade. It's actually hot from just carving so much. It's like, it's a lot hotter. Let's go. Love to see your skating videos. Oh, well, thank you. I did have a good time at those couple of pump tracks we went to when we were out in Los Angeles. That was a lot of fun. Okay. Also, want to make some cut marks right in this area. Yeah, it's definitely, it gets the better of me, those pump tracks. It takes all I can do to go around one time without stopping. And if I do it 5 or 6 times, that's about all I'm good for. But it's a lot of fun. Okay. I think I can come in here and do all this right now. I'm really cutting that hand up pretty good. Blood on the tracks. I would love to come back to the UK. I think the crazy thing is that, like, it's all the traveling from one place to the other that eats up your time, you know? And I just, I would love to, I'd love to try and find a workshop or two to do in London or, somewhere in England. Because that obviously helps to fund the trip. So I just have to figure out where I can go and who will have me to do anything and how long I can be gone for and all that stuff. But yeah, I definitely when we were looking a little while ago, tickets into flying into Rome in October was like $600. So, and I don't know if it still is. So I should probably look again soon and go ahead and pull the cord on that. But it's very reasonable, So I need to see what's going on. Not even been home from out west for a week, and I'm trying to figure out my next big trip. Let's come in here, do some of those little cuts like I've been doing. Have you been making art since you were a kid? Uh, since I was in my late teens. When I was a kid, I didn't even really like to draw necessarily, and I definitely didn't think that I was making anything any good when I was drawing. All I could draw were like these real basic race cars, these big triangles with just two circles for wheels. I couldn't draw, but my brother was really good. But I just didn't really think of it as something that I did. And then I started to draw and started to make prints right about, started to really look at that stuff, probably when I was 17, 18, I started to draw a little bit more, mostly just influenced by skateboard graphics, just being a part of that. Okay. I'm definitely getting tired. I'm definitely looking forward to finishing this up. Putting the air back on, cooling off. Might be kind of blocking your view. Have you worked for skate brands? I have. I was looking for something to show you, but it's not in here. I've moved all my skateboards out of here that were on these back walls because we're trying to move. But I've been doing. I do have this one here that. That I can show you because I haven't brought that to the studio yet. So I've been doing some stuff for some reissue work for Vision skateboards for Select. So that's that original Mark Gonzalez from 1985, I guess. And I did. So I was commissioned to do a woodcut version of it. And I did the Psycho Stick. Gotta dive. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sticking around, man. We'll see you next time, all right? And if I'm coming into England, maybe I'll give you a shout and see what's going on. But anyway, take it easy. Have a good day. But yes, I did Psycho Stick. I did a Gator, and then I did this Gonzalez, and that's all Vision skateboards. But now they are known as Select. But can't go now. These are off the chart gons. Oh, well, let me show you one more time. So thanks. I was really super stoked to be able to do those. And I think that this is the one that came out better than the Gator or than the Psycho Stick. I really was able to get some fun in there with the woodcuts on that one. So I was super stoked to be able to do that. All right, almost done. Where are we? We're nearly done, as we're well into hour number 2. Wow, look at that. Well, thank you. Okay, oh, so that's the part I'm doing right now, right here, blasting this out. Legendary board. What a privilege. Yeah, I mean, it was insane. I could absolutely not believe it when they reached out to me to do that. And yeah, so and then to answer this question about what type of wood. So I'm carving into Baltic birch right now. But yeah, so whenever I go out to California, I always go out to Costa Mesa and do some, just hang out and try and work on a little bit of stuff out there with those guys, with the Vision people. And it's just such a thrill to be in their warehouse and walk around and see all the stuff that they have. And some of the stuff, they don't do a lot of screen printing anymore. It's mostly just those heat and pressure transfers onto the boards, but they still have a ton of the screens that they've been using since the 80s, that they just use over and over and over for the last 40 years or whatever. And I'm hoping to do a fun project next time I go out in September with some of those old screens, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, oh my goodness, it just blows my mind to be out there. Does the wood give a different look than linoleum? A little bit. I mean, I probably couldn't tell you every time I'm looking at a woodcut whether it was a woodcut or a lino cut. Like if I show you these curtains right here, can I zoom? Yeah. So, those are lino cuts, and, it's the same basic mark. I just don't go as aggressive on the linoleum because I cut into it. I tear into it a little bit. Right. So, but I mean, if in the late 80s in England, Vision was a rare spectacle, anyone with a Psycho or Gator was revered as a dude of epic proportions. That's funny, man. So, what is the name of that skate shop that's not too far from you? Oh, I can't remember the name, but I met the guy that runs that when I was out there that last time. And he was saying just how expensive it is to get those boards in from out there, like even now it's just so expensive to get those boards shipped into England. But that's, I don't know, it really is Scarborough. Okay, right on. So yeah, I just I really yeah, we spoke about this in Staves. Yeah, so it's just I'm not sure. I keep hoping that I can get some more opportunities out of the opportunity that I have to do that. All right, Argentina, very good. The likeliest scenario is just what we've done a little of, which is to be able to make my own. You need to do a board with Granddad's skateboards. I'm going to write that down real quick as soon as I can find a scrap of paper. Granddad's skateboards. I will look that up as soon as I get done with this. Cool. Hello from Jackson. All right. Was just in Jackson briefly the other day as we're driving out west. Some of your favorite bands. Well, my very favorite band is Guided by Voices. And that's what I was trying to listen to when I started carving this. But it was just too much noise in here, so I couldn't answer any questions. But Guided by Voices is my favorite band. I really take a lot of my work ethic from the approach that Robert Pollard has from Guided by Voices. But, I mean, I like a lot of stuff, but basically, for the last 30 years or so, I have Guided by Voices playing at some point on every piece that I'm working on, because I'm listening to them every single day, and, just their work ethic, just their prolific output is really important to me. But I listen to a lot of the Delta blues, early blues stuff. Being here in Mississippi, I really appreciate that. A little bit of punk rock. I just like stuff to be loud, ideally. But I listen to a lot of Devo, I kind of do the same thing over and over every day. A lot of Guided by Voices. Everybody here at home will attest to that. Drives everybody crazy. Of course, I've done a lot of posters for Guided by Voices. I thought I had, here's one right here in my stack of prints that I have to move. Oh yeah, I've seen them live a bunch of times. Here's one poster I did in Madison. That was 4 years ago. That's not my favorite poster that I've done. I think I've done probably like 15 posters for them, or 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever. Smokies is a cool band, younger guys based in Jackson. Okay, man, we don't get anybody coming through here in Laurel, but I'll check them out and see what's up with Smokies. Yeah, I'm seeing Devo Beef. Are you in? Are you out in Los Angeles, desperate living? Because I know that they're playing all over in this late summer and early fall. But I know that they're going to be in Los Angeles in October because I was just talking to my daughter about maybe trying to catch them when they play in Los Angeles, if I can coordinate my visit out there for that. But that would be cool. Oh, Boston. All right. Huh. I've only been to Boston one time when the printmaking conference was there. We were just there for a couple days, 2 or 3 days. But that's cool. Yeah, I can't believe I've never gotten... I mean, it'd be cool to see the B-52s, but I can't believe that I've never seen Devo. And every time, it seems like every single time I'm in Los Angeles, they're the day before or the day after, or then they're coming to a place close enough by that I could have seen them if I'd stayed home. But I've never, and they really are one of my very favorite bands. But and really even what day are we? Today's Friday, and it was last Saturday that we were in Chinatown, and we went to Mark Mothersbaugh gallery that he just opened a little bit ago in Chinatown. I was really hoping that he would be there because I know he's there a lot. And they weren't open. It was a little early. It was like 10:30 when we were there. I don't know if they were going to open later in the day or what, but maybe they just kind of were wisely shut down for the weekend with all the stuff that was going on in the Chinatown the night before and the fashion district the day we were there. I don't know, but I really wanted to go into the gallery, whether I got to meet him or not. I did do a poster for Devo when they played at the Greek Theater in LA about 10 years ago. But yeah, I really want to see them. Oh, we're getting so close to the end, but we're not there yet. Okay, so this area definitely still needs a little work. So if I came on at 12:20, now we're at an hour and a half. I was optimistic that I could get this whole thing done in an hour. I probably have 15 or 20 minutes left, so I guess we'll say under 2 hours. Come on. Oh, here we go. On the floor. How big is that piece? So this is, it's 24, because the piece, from here to here, it's just under 24 wide, and then it's 32 inches long. All right. So close. You made a lot of progress for such a short amount of time. I feel like I'm moving pretty good. I definitely am seeing the end approaching, which is perfect timing because I'm super hot. I'm getting tired. How do you come up with concepts for a piece? Well, you know, for things like this, it's easy because I do draw a lot of skulls and carve out a lot of skulls. And like I was saying earlier, way earlier, like I'm actually essentially doing the same piece, right? I just blew this one up and I'm doing it again. So, you know, I mean, I look at it like everybody, you know, I'm looking at the same resources, the same pop culture resources, and you know, I like a lot of the same things that a ton of other people like, you know, like monsters and, you know, guns and spaceships and whatever. But when it comes time to, a lot of times I'll write a little story. You know, it might only be a paragraph. It might even just be 2 or 3 lines. Sometimes there'll be a few pages. But I'll kind of write out a scenario that will generate a lot of images. And that's kind of how I approach the narratives. Even if I end up not doing more than one piece in what was going to be a series, a lot of times I'll realize that my idea is not that hot or isn't holding my attention or whatever. You know, so in those cases, you know, I just move on to something totally new. But, you know, I just really try to squeeze in all the things that I like and just write a story around that. And then that kind of just allows me to carve out the things that I like. You know, so I've got this long, ongoing series that I'm doing about a guy that buys a chimpanzee on Craigslist. And, you know, unfortunately for me, that series was started a long time ago. I've had some good prints out of it. I haven't completed the whole thing. And it would have been really nice if I had had that all the way finished before that Chimp Crazy little documentary series came out, because there was a lot of the same stories related to chimpanzee tragedies that they talked about in that series that has informed these ongoing narratives that I'm doing. But you know, it's like, all right, cool. A guy buys a chimpanzee off Craigslist. What can happen, right? And so then, boom, you know, there's 20 woodcuts, right? So, you know, just kind of, I find writing a story really just kind of helps me to figure out everything else. Okay, so I do like to do this. It doesn't really make real anatomical sense that these eyes have like eyelids, right? And yet the eyeball is floating free in an eye socket. But that's what I'm getting ready to do in here, I guess. I think that's what I'm going to do. That's what I normally do. So sometimes I make the whole eyeballs white and not just an eye socket. I miss the old version of Craigslist. Yeah, you know, I always found it really hard to use, you know, just like it was always so local that it was hard, you know, it's like, I don't know. I'm having kind of this, like I've been using Facebook Marketplace a little bit lately, you know, especially when I visit another place. I like to see what's around. Got to sprinkle in the surrealism for taste. Yeah. So exactly. So like, you know, these eyes, they can float around. They don't have to be real or whatever. But I don't know whether I like them better as this is the eyeball floating in the socket, or if it's just the iris and pupil and this is the whole eye. Decisions. Because once I start, there's no going back. And I mean, I'm just looking at almost all the skulls that I have in here. It's about 50-50. It's about 50-50 whether the corneas are black or not. I guess they can be black, especially if I have the, you know, the anatomically correct eyelid wrinkles, right? So, let's get in there and do that. Let's see what happens. Okay, there's one. Okay. And I'll do this one before I come in here and commit to the actual eye. Okay. Right? So I'll call my brother when I get off here. He might also be watching, but I didn't see his name pop up. Okay. Let's finish these eyes. And then the teeth. And that's it. Okay, so let's just see what happens if I fill that in. Like that. I like it. That's what I was gonna do. I guess that's what I should do. Alright, that's how we'll do it. So let me come in here and do one more layer of eyelid, I guess. Okay. Now the eyes. Now the eyes. Is wood your favorite medium to work with? Totally. Yeah, you know, I love wood. I like the linoleum, but I love the wood. And you know, I enjoy painting, but I don't have the time to paint when I have so many woodcuts I have to do. You know, and I can't afford to mess up as much as I feel like I would with painting. So much about painting is going back and reworking into something and really kind of dialing it into the way that you want it. And I just feel like I have a better sense of what I'm doing with the woodcut. And so, yeah, so I find myself coming back to it over and over and over. Oh, come on. This is the worst part, when you're this close and yet you're not done. Because even though I love it, I want to finish. I want to go downstairs, get something to eat, cool off, talk to everybody. Okay, so I still have to fix, I hope to see this print next time. Well, I'm going to print it today. So I'm definitely going to make a separate video of printing a couple of these, and I'll be posting about that. So cool, thank you. Okay, let's fix these eyes. So what's going to happen here? Okay. So am I doing this? Yes, I am. That's what I'm doing. Let's see, what tool? This one should be good for that. Okay. One eye, done. The other eye's done. That's nice. So now all we have are the teeth. And I want to get this done quick. Maybe just touch up this blade for a second. Okay, I started at 12:20. It's 2:07. I've got 13 minutes to carve out these teeth, and it better not take me that long. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It might. Am I going to make it? I have 11 minutes. Good luck with the carving. Thank you. I've got 10 minutes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 teeth. I'm not quite bridging the gap, am I? I need to speed it up. Luckily, here's a small tooth. Okay, 9 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I can do it. Come on. 8 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm really getting tired, really getting hot, and I really want to get the thing done inside of 2 hours. I did 24 woodcuts in 24 hours one time at University of Oklahoma. And I remember at some point just that urgency of realizing there's only so much cutting you can do in a given hour. You know, there's just so many marks, so many motions that you can make before you run out of time. I've got 7 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teeth. I think I'm going to make it. I got time for a sip of coffee. Six minutes. I'm feeling the pressure. Mm. Two teeth in 5 minutes. I don't want to get like complacent over here, but I think I'm going to do it. Five minutes, one tooth. Definitely have time to sip my coffee. All right, we did it. 4 minutes to spare. Let's see if we can't unplug my phone. Here we go. All right, so there we go. That took 2 hours. Okay, we're back. It's on. Okay, good. I really am hoping to be able to upload this whole 2 hour long video. And I would really be bummed if we lost it in the last minute while I was talking. But I do think putting a little water on my phone helped to put the air back on. Okay. Well, anyway, I don't know what's going to happen with the 2 hour video, but hopefully it's saved and I can upload it. Anyway, I'm going to show y'all one last time. Here's the skull that we did in 2 hours. And here's this big robot that I finished last night about 6 in the morning. And I'm looking forward to getting both of these things printed up soon. So good. Coal Wylock Carpentry says. Thank you. Okay, well, look, y'all. Let's get back to my smiling face. Okay, guys. Oh, the light's so bad in here sometimes. All right. Anyway, it's time for me to go. Thank you so much for watching. And stay tuned to see what happens when I print these guys up. But we did it. We did it in 1 hour and 54 minutes. So cool. Thank you, guys. See you next time. Thanks for watching. And keep your eyes out. Oh, Joe, hey, how are you? I saw you just pop up. So I've just been on here carving for the last 2 hours. Just made that. And with 6 minutes to spare. Look forward to seeing results. Thank you. I'm going to print that later today. So anyway, well, thank you for watching, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and hit it. And see you next time. Take it easy. Goodbye. And